I still don't think a lot of you are really understanding what it means to have a man yearn over you for a lifetime. I don't think you really truly understand what it takes to make a man yearn over you for a lifetime. And you see, that is the root cause of the problem. But it's actually really easy to have a man yearn over you for a lifetime. It's actually really easy to get him on the same page that you're on in this relationship. It's actually really easy to have him thinking the exact same way that you want him to think. And it's actually really easy to get him to serve you and be the kind of husband or boyfriend or partner that you want him to be to you. So how do you get him to adopt your mindset without threatening him, without telling him what to do, and simultaneously make him believe and think that it was his idea to start thinking this way all along? Let me give you an example. Think about it like this. You know how men hate to be told what to do. They will disobey their own GPS system just to simply assert dominance over a machine. Yeah. So if you think that telling a man how to act, how to speak, how to think, or how to evolve is going to change him, then girl, you need to pack it up, because that is never going to work. That's not feminine energy, that's customer service, and we collectively are not going to start clocking in for free. So instead, I'm going to teach you on today's episode how to reprogram his mind like a soft-spoken, well-manicured Jedi without him ever even realizing it. What you're about to master is the art of suggestion. I promise you, 6 months from now, he will be giving TED Talks on your school of thought, on your ideology, and he will be doing all of this thinking that it was his own. The benefit of this is that you will always get your way without being controlling, without nagging him, and without manipulating him, or maybe just without looking manipulative. So if you want to know how, then stick around and make sure you look in for the whole episode, because this episode is a good one and it's all coming up right now. Hi, welcome back to the Vibration Vault. My name is Alia Saray. I help women all over the world navigate their love life in a more feminine way. So if that sounds like something that you want to do, make sure to subscribe to stick around. Okay, let's begin. Lesson number 1 is the leading question technique. This one is so powerful because it makes him believe that he is the one that is forming his own opinions and his own decisions, when really you're the one that's guiding him there, like some sort of feminine energy GPS system. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're out at dinner and you see this gorgeous couple walk past. You can tell that she is so taken care of, she is so glamorous, she is so well kept, and he is also very handsome. He's alright, but she is the star. Now, in this situation, you might feel compelled to say, look, you can see that wealthy men take care of their women. But when you say this, all you're really doing is emasculating your partner. That's not going to inspire him to want to step up and do more for you. In fact, it's going to do quite the opposite. So instead, you would say, I just love that you can tell a man is so wealthy and so successful just simply by how well his woman is kept. Don't you agree, babe? Now, when you say this, he's forced to look at that couple. He will be able to see that she is polished. He will be able to see that she's well dressed. He will be able to see the wealth oozing from this well-kept woman. Now, when he sees this paired with everything that you've just said, his caveman brain is obviously going to start connecting the dots. So now the formula that's being constructed in his mind is that a successful man equals a taken care of, beautiful, radiant woman. And now he's thinking, oh my gosh, I should do that too. Another really important thing to note on this point is that men are constantly subconsciously seeking other men's validation and their approval. So now subconsciously he's thinking, oh my gosh, other men are looking at my partner, aka you, and they are making assumptions of him based on your appearance. And he's thinking that because he just fell victim to doing that because you led him to believe that to be true. So the fact he's now become more conscious that other men are looking at you and making a judgment on him that gives him a direct benefit in taking care of you because it's a direct reflection of him. A man always wants to protect his own ego because, as we all know, what's more fragile than a woman's heart? A man's ego. But here's the best part. He is now led to believe that he has come to that realization all on his own. So babe, congratulations, your partner has now downloaded this new mindset update. The second lesson is probably one of my favorite lessons, and it's the "you taught me that" technique. Men love feeling like the wise philosopher of your world, of your universe. They want to be the reason that you glow. They want to be the reason that you think a certain way. They want to be the reason that you love a certain way. But do you want to know what the real game is? The real game is you subtly drip feeding him his own new belief system. It's wrapped in your words, but you're making him claim it and believe it as his own. Let me give you an example. Let's say your current partner, your current husband, he's an intelligent man, but sometimes he gets distracted when it comes to work. Or maybe he gets distracted and forgets about the little, really important things that he needs to get done. This, by the way, infuriates you because you know that he's capable of so much more. So that night you hit him with, "I just love that real men are so disciplined in their craft. You can just always tell that they take their lives so seriously. You taught me that, babe." Now, cue his confusion. He's thinking, huh? When did I say that? All you need to do in this moment is smile sweetly and say, "Yeah, you taught me that. I remember you said something like that once. It was so intelligent." That is something that I love the most about you, babe. You're so wise. You're so intelligent. Where did you get all of your wisdom from? Now, whether he said it or not, he's not at this moment in time going to admit that he's the one who never said this. So instead, he's going to accept the compliment. And somewhere down the line, he's going to start to believe that that is something that he once said to you. And it's going to go to the forefront of his belief system and of his subconscious. And it's going to become ingrained in his belief system. And when something becomes ingrained on your subconscious and it's at the forefront of your belief system, it translates in your behavior and it translates in your actions. So over a period of time, he's going to start to take ownership of that statement. And guess what? That belief does not exist without you. So now it creates an even stronger bond between you and your partner. The third lesson that we're going to learn today is the identity shift technique. Now, this is really how you make him step into the version of himself that genuinely doesn't exist without you. Now, the trick here is to casually associate an action with him and the version of him that you want him to be. Let me give you an example. Let's say he buys you some flowers. Instead of saying thank you, I want you to look at him in the eyes with awe and say, "I just love that you are the type of man who knows how to make his woman feel so loved, so safe, so secure and adored." It takes a real high value, high class, educated man to know how to make a woman feel like this. Honestly, it takes a very confident, secure man, and I find it so attractive. Honestly, it's so sexy, babe. What happens next? Now he can't stop buying you flowers because now in his mind, him buying flowers equals this sexy, confident, and secure masculine man. Think about it. He's not buying the flowers for you anymore. He's actually buying them to protect his own identity. And who gave him that identity? You. Now, why does this work and why is it so powerful? Something that you really need to understand is that men don't change because they're told to. Men truly change because they genuinely believe that it was their idea to. They need to feel like they've had that autonomy in that decision to remain in their strong masculine energy and to ultimately stay attracted to you. So what you're really doing here is you're playing in his subconscious. And what you're really aiming to do is make him feel like the strongest, most masculine, elevated version of himself when he is with you. Now, here's the best part. When a man finally realizes that the best part of him is you and the highest version of him only exists with you because you are the only one who really sees this purest, highest version of him, that is when a man feels like he cannot afford to lose you, because by losing you or jeopardizing the relationship that you both have together, he ends up losing himself. Because right now and forever, you are the key to his self-worth. You are the key to the highest version of him. And remember, the highest versions of all of us, including your partner, we're never in our final form. You're not in your final form. I'm not in my final form. We are constantly evolving, and we are subconsciously moving through life to look for people who can help us elevate to the next level. And if you are the person who is constantly helping him evolve to that higher level, well, he will never be able to afford to lose you, and he will constantly want to serve you. Therefore, he will constantly be yearning to love you, to be with you. Honestly, there are so many of these tips and techniques that I could share with you. If you do want some more tailored one-on-one help, then like always, the link is in the description and there is more information on my Stan store. So that is a wrap for today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, then you are going to love all of the other episodes on my channel. So obviously be sure to go and check those out. So I will either see you over there at my other episodes, or I will just see you next time. Mwah. I love you. Bye.